Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I'm in the middle of working on my AC project for my IS300, and I was looking all over YouTube to find a video about how to drain the oil out of the compressor. I didn't really find one that was useful or showed you how. So on today's video, I'm gonna show you how to actually drain the oil out of here if you have to replace it, rebuild it, or whatever you need to do. Even if you're getting a new one and trying to match the oil level of the compressor you're taking out for the one that you're gonna put in, that way you can make sure the oil is all balanced. So stay tuned. So we're going to demonstrate this on a compressor I took out. This one actually got grenaded. It's not holding actual pressure and it's not compressing. It's not really damaged or blown up. So what I'm going to do is remove the plug for the oil. The plug is actually right here. It's right on top. Go ahead and remove that. I originally thought you could drain it from the high pressure or the low pressure line, but you could drain a little bit of it, but not all of it. Most of it's actually in this side of the compressor, inside this bolt. So what you want to do is just take the bolt apart. This particular one is a 12 millimeter. It could have a 17 millimeter one also. Just unscrew that. It's probably got a little washer on it that you got to replace. Just a crush washer. So that's open. You could just go ahead, drain it into something. If you were trying to balance the fluid, you would have to drain it into like a graduated cylinder or something with some markings on it so you could measure what you took out. So you gotta balance it and put it into the new one that you're gonna replace it with. So I wanna So it looks like nothing's really draining out of it for this particular one. You could also turn the clutch to see if it engages. I don't really hear the pistons moving in here either. So either I drain, oh, there we go. You just gotta move it around. Supposedly the system's supposed to have 3 ounces or more in it. I don't know where the 3 ounces are. Most of it is probably in the condenser, in the evaporator, but then a lot of it's also supposed to be inside of here. Yeah, that's like not even an ounce. So next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to take this little part apart right here. There's actually a seal in here that no one really ever changes. I don't know if it ever goes bad, but I noticed on one of the AC kits I bought for the Toyota and Lexus vehicles, it comes with a big old gasket for that. So we'll go ahead and open that up and just see what's under here. So this particular one has a 8 millimeter bolt, but some of these come with Allen key bolts also. Obviously, if you were doing this on a compressor that you're going to reuse, you probably want to clean all this crap off of it so you don't get any of it inside. But since I'm not reusing this, I'm just demonstrating on this, I don't really care. So it looks like there's oil in here. So it looks like some of it sits there. And then that gasket is all over here. This particular one has like a reddish purple one. The one that comes with it is the green, kind of the universal AC one green, even though OEM ones are actually black. But most of the aftermarkets you find for air conditioning are gonna be green. So yeah, definitely not as much oil as I thought. I did leave it upside down in a bucket for a while when I took it out, but I don't know how much of it drained out at that time, but definitely not 2 or 3 ounces worth in here like I was expecting. Yeah, like if you look on here, 1 ounce would have been up here, 2, and then 3. But definitely when we put our system back together, I needed to make sure I put 3 in there just because I was putting in a replacement used compressor. I also did a full flush of the system and new condenser and everything. So pretty much everything's been drained out of the system. So you need to make sure you have at least 3 ounces, whether it's back in the compressor, into the evaporator, or into the condenser, whatever you're replacing. I'm not replacing my evaporator, so I can't really put oil in there, but I'll go ahead and put it elsewhere. Also for this particular part, if you don't want to take this off and have to replace this seal for whatever reason, the bolt on the side here is also a drain bolt that you can just remove, just because there is oil that sits in here that's kind of hard to get it out of this part. So you could just go ahead and drain it from the side here if you needed to. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my new compressor, or my new used compressor that I bought, and change the seal on the inside of it, and also drain this one out cleanly so I can refill it with fresh oil. Also, I bought a seal kit especially for the IS300 or just Toyotas in general. It comes with extra O-rings. I thought I could use the O-ring set I had, but some of these sizes for Toyota are just weird sizes that aren't common. I think a few of the seals are common, but 2 of them were expensive. I looked at the OEM price and they were like $6 or $7 for 1 seal, and another one was like $4. I was like, screw that. I bought this whole thing right here for like 20 bucks. I actually ordered the UAC brand, Universal AC or air conditioning products, and it's really a Santec version of it. They just relabeled it, which I suspected because it looked the same, and it actually has the same part number, the 2584. So I ordered this on Amazon. Check out the links down in the description if you need this. So next I'll go ahead and remove these 2 Allen keys up here that hold this part on. So this gasket replaces this OEM one. Go ahead, just pop this out. Just because I don't know how old this compressor really is. It looks new-ish, but you never know. Go ahead and just replace this thing, because you don't know how hard or brittle it might be. I'm gonna be using the OEM Denso ND Oil 8, which is the factory oil that Toyota tells you to use. People use Prague oil too as another alternative, which is supposed to be the same thing. So we'll go ahead and get some of this out. We'll put it in this clean jar right here, and then just use it for now to lube all the seals up. When I'm ready to pour this in, I'll measure out like 3 ounces and put it in here and in the condenser. So I just want to grease up this whole thing, make sure it's covered well. Put it in here, make sure the surfaces are clean. Go ahead and get this back on here. There's probably a torque spec for this bolt and the drain bolt. I'll go ahead and post it on the screen and set it to that once I'm ready. So next I gotta match the O-rings for the pipes and everything I took apart. So as I mentioned earlier, these 2 right here, I think these are the 10.8s. These are the very common ones that I had in my old kit, and you could get pretty easily. Even at the dealer, they're like 40 or 50 cents each. These 2 right here are the oddball size one for Toyota or Denso. And these are the ones that are like $4 or $5. I think this one's like almost $6, and this one's almost $5 just for 1 stinking seal. That's why I just ordered this whole aftermarket one that's gonna have more than enough for me to do other stuff later. So I'm gonna go ahead and lube these up with the ND oil, make sure they're all lubed up, and start putting them in all the pipes and everything, and just get everything ready to put back together over here. So Thanks for watching all the way to the end of this video on getting the seals changed on this compressor and showing you guys how to drain it properly and refill it if you need to. If you haven't done so already and seen the rest of my videos on the AC for the IS300, go ahead and check out those other videos on installing the compressor, changing the condenser, replacing the expansion valve, and getting everything up and running with it charged. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on bell notifications to get notified every time I upload a video. For all these projects, if I can do it, you guys can do it. I want to thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.